Little Murders was released in 1971. This is directed by Alan Arkin, written by Jules Feiffer, based on Little Murders by Feiffer. And we have a cast including Elliott Gould, Marcia, Rod. We have Doris Roberts. It's because of Doris Roberts that I became aware of this. I'd never heard of it, didn't really know what to expect. Having now watched it, I can confirm that I didn't really care for it. I feel like, and this is purely my opinion, I feel like it's one of those films where if you have memories of the time period, you might enjoy it. And that's not to say that you can't enjoy a film if you don't have memories of the time period. With most films, I don't have memories of the time period and I love them. But there's just something about this one that makes me feel like it was written for people who can relate. And I'll read the description from Wikipedia that kind of enhances that theory. Wikipedia says the film is about, and I quote, the story of a woman, Patsy, who brings home her boyfriend, Alfred, to meet her severely dysfunctional family amidst a series of random shootings, garbage strikes, and electrical outages ravaging their New York City neighborhood. And that kind of makes me think, again, purely my opinion, that if you have memories of New York City in the 1970s, or indeed if you lived there at the time when the film was released, and you can relate to a lot of what was going on, maybe that element of relatability would make it interesting. Maybe if your family is quote-unquote dysfunctional the way Patsy's is, then maybe you'll enjoy it. But for me personally, it didn't really appeal to me. I didn't find it interesting. And that's not to say it's guaranteed to be interesting if you can relate to it, because I still don't think it's an interesting story. But I'm trying to give the film the benefit of the doubt and say that maybe there's an audience for it if XYZ applies. But for me personally, I'm not really seeing the appeal. I do think the characters were well written. Not enough to save the film, but I do think the character writing was quite solid. The performances are very good. It was very believable. It's supposed to be a black comedy, but the only bit that I found funny, I can't say it's a spoiler, something happens towards the end of the film, and for maybe 3 or 4 minutes, a character was giving a speech, and I found it mildly amusing, but the rest of it was just a little bit mundane. The film didn't annoy me. It didn't irritate me. I wasn't tremendously bored, and I think that's largely because I do like some of the cast, and as I said, the characters were well enough written, so it wasn't a tedious experience. I just didn't get any satisfaction out of it, and based on that, as I said, I can't really recommend it, but I'm trying to find an audience for the film, and as I said, maybe if you can relate to these happenings in New York City at the time, I'm assuming it's based on factual things, then maybe there's the element of relatability that might work well, but otherwise I'm not really seeing the appeal. So it didn't work for me. I can't really recommend it, but if there is a reason why you want to watch it, either you lived in New York City in the 1970s, or you like any of the cast, as was the pull factor for me, then give it a go. You might find it more entertaining than I did, but personally, I can't recommend it as a good film. Little Murders is not terrible, but I didn't really enjoy it, and unless there's a specific reason you want to watch it, I don't really recommend it.